Yo, what's going on, guys? I know this is a little late, but it's all right. So today, I'm gonna pretty much be telling you guys why you should watch Across the Spider-Verse immediately. Guys, this movie was so good, and if you're a movie fan, not just an action movie fan, you will enjoy it. First, I want to talk about the overall look at the movie. I want to give major props to every single animator who worked on this film. This movie had one of the biggest animating teams for a movie ever, and it really shows in the look of it. You can tell that they put genuine time and care to all of these scenes, and the movie is literally the definition of a motion picture. And this is coming after the first movie, which is also technically was beautifully made. And one-upping themselves was going to be a very tall task, but somehow they did it. This movie also, as some of you know, has a lot of Spider people in this, and every single one of them has a different art style, as well as the different universes. Like, I can go on and on about how the art in this movie represents all these characters and just how beautiful it was, but just me telling you about it will not bring it justice. Now let's talk about some of the characters. Miles was amazing, as he is in the first one. I can honestly say that in this movie, he is one step closer to becoming my favorite Spider-Man. I don't know, maybe he is my favorite, I don't know. You can see in this movie that he really has the range of being Spider-Man. He knows who he is and isn't changing, even though the circumstances are so high. Every time I see Miles, I like something new about him. I don't usually say the main character of something I watch was my favorite, even if the main character is good. But for these movies, Miles is just that character for me. He really is coming to his own as a character, and just watching the two movies back to back, you can see the character growth just oozing through the screen. As for Gwen, she is the best written love interest for Spider-Man in any movie series so far. I really liked her role in the story. I love the arc of the villain in the story as well. It made sense, and it was one of the funniest villain introductions ever. I really have to commend them for making a villain that at first seems extremely lame into a massive powerhouse. I also love the dynamic between Miles and his parents. Like, as an only child myself, I can really relate to a lot of what he's going through in this movie, and also with Miles. He has an element to Spider-Man that we really don't see from Peter for obvious reasons. Of course, Miles juggles with pretty much every other Spider-Man has problems with, and that's trying to tell his loved ones that he's Spider-Man. And in this movie, you really get the sense that his parents would be really supportive of it, though. This movie does a great job of having its own unique take on the character. With that also being said, this movie did a great job at subverting my expectations. You know how in a lot of movies, preferably bad ones, you can really tell beat for beat where the story is going to go. But for this, I genuinely have no clue where they're going to go from here. And that gets me so excited. I'm also very curious as to what they're going to do with Miles' character after this trilogy is over. Because I would love the idea of just seeing more of this character even after the set of this movie are finished. With the same voice actor as well. Shameik Moore is the man. Now I would like to talk a little bit about the praise that this movie is getting for a little bit. And while it deserves every bit of it, some people are going a little too overboard on the rankings. I think I saw that on Letterboxd. This was like the highest rated movie ever. And while this movie is indeed a 9.5 out of 10 at least, definitely it's still in my eyes isn't quite as good as the first one. And I just rewatched the first one and Spider-Man 2 to really see where I stood on the rankings of these movies. And I will have to say, I've finally seen the light, and I can confidently say that the first Spider-Verse movie is no question the best Spider-Man movie ever, with the new one being the second. The first movie is one of the only movies that I watch over and over, and somehow I like it more each time I watch it. And guys, that is really rare for me. So while I genuinely love all the praise that this movie is receiving, I would love for some of us to revisit the first one, then come back and have a conversation. But with that being said, I would love if this movie makes billions and billions of dollars, because that means they'll make more. So if any of you haven't seen this movie yet, I highly recommend it to infinity. So just for the fuck of it, tell me what your guys' favorite Spider-Man movie is down below. And with the summer coming up, there are some great movies that are going to be coming out, so I will definitely bring you guys more reviews very soon. That being said, stay safe, everyone. Peace.